The Galactic Council was a powerful group made up of leaders from many different alien species. They ruled over vast regions of space and made important decisions for the galaxy. They watched over Earth with great interest, but many members of the Council thought of humans as weak and primitive. Most aliens had never seen humans fight, and they believed that Earth was just another planet, easy to control. In the council chambers, the atmosphere was tense. Alien leaders were gathered around a large glowing screen that showed Earth. They pointed and laughed, mocking the small blue planet. "Look at them!" a tall, blue-skinned alien said with a sneer. "They still use old ships. How can they threaten us?" But one member of the council, a wise and old alien named Zorak, frowned as he studied the screen. "Do not underestimate them," he warned. "Humans are unpredictable. We have seen their resilience in the past. They are capable of great surprises." His words fell on deaf ears. Most council members were too busy celebrating their power. They believed that humans were no match for their advanced technology and armies. However, Zorak could feel a storm brewing. He sensed that something was about to change. As days passed, strange reports began to emerge. Scouts sent to Earth returned with alarming news. They reported sightings of human military forces gathering and new ships being built. The council listened, but many remained skeptical. "They cannot be serious," one leader scoffed. "They are only playing with toys." Yet Zorak knew better. He decided to investigate further. He secretly sent his own scouts to observe humans up close. As they traveled to Earth, they witnessed humans training hard, improving their weapons, and forming alliances. The humans were preparing for something big, but what could it be? Back at the council, the atmosphere changed as Zorak presented his findings. "They are readying themselves for war," he stated firmly. "If we do not take this seriously, we could be caught off guard." His warning sparked a heated debate. Some council members laughed at Zorak's caution, while others started to worry. "We must act before they are ready," a green-skinned leader suggested. "Let us send a message to them. Show them our power!" The council agreed, but Zorak shook his head. "That will only push them into a corner. We should try to communicate with them first, show them that we want peace." But the council's pride was too strong. They decided to send a massive fleet of ships to Earth, believing that their presence would frighten the humans into submission. Zorak felt a deep sense of dread. He knew that humans were not easily intimidated. They had a fierce spirit that could turn fear into strength. As the fleet approached Earth, humans were indeed preparing for war. They gathered their forces, determined to protect their home. They knew the aliens were watching and believed that the time had come to stand up for themselves. In cities around the world, people were training and organizing. Soldiers trained with weapons, scientists worked on new technology, and civilians prepared to support their military. They understood that this was a fight for survival. The spirit of humanity was strong, and fear was turning into a powerful force of unity. Zorak watched from the council chambers, his heart heavy with worry. He tried to convince the other leaders to reconsider their approach, but they would not listen. The council was blinded by their arrogance, convinced they would easily crush the humans. As the alien fleet hovered above Earth, a chilling silence fell over the planet. The Galactic Council believed they had won before the battle had even begun. But deep down, Zorak knew that the humans were a force to be reckoned with. He could only hope that the Council would soon realize their mistake before it was too late. On Earth, the tension was thick as a storm cloud. People felt the weight of what was coming. News of the alien fleet in orbit spread quickly, igniting fear and anger among the population. Humans had always believed in peace, but now they knew they had to prepare for war. Families gathered around their screens, anxiously watching updates. The world held its breath as the Galactic Council prepared to strike. In a large city, a young woman named Mia was among those who felt this tension deeply. She was a skilled engineer who worked on advanced technologies for the military. She had watched her city grow and thrive, and she loved her home. As she looked out of her window, she could see the dark shadows of alien ships hovering above. Fear gripped her heart, but she also felt a spark of determination. She knew her people would not back down. Meanwhile, in a command center, military leaders held an urgent meeting. General Carter, a veteran known for his bravery, stood at the head of the table. "We can't wait any longer," he said firmly. "The aliens think we are weak. We must show them we are ready to fight back." The room buzzed with energy as officers discussed their strategies. They knew the alien fleet was massive, but they had something the aliens did not: the element of surprise. Carter proposed a bold plan to launch a preemptive strike. It was risky, but the Council's arrogance had given humans an opportunity. Back in the streets, Mia joined her fellow engineers and scientists to work on a new weapon. They designed a powerful EMP device that could disable the alien ships. "If we can take out their technology, we have a chance," Mia explained to her team. They all agreed to work day and night to finish the weapon, knowing that their survival depended on it. As the days passed, more news came in from around the world. People were uniting, training together, and building defenses. Civilians stepped up, volunteering to support the military in any way they could. The spirit of humanity burned bright, fueled by the knowledge that they were fighting for their homes, families, and freedom. Finally, the day of the attack arrived. The military had finished preparations, and the leaders gave the order to launch. As the human ships soared into the sky, excitement and fear filled the air. Mia watched from the command center, her heart pounding. This was the moment they had all been waiting for. The fleet of human ships approached the alien armada, which still underestimated them. The alien commanders laughed among themselves, confident that humans would run away. But as the battle began, everything changed. Mia's heart raced as she watched the fight unfold on the screens. Human ships darted and weaved, employing tactics that caught the aliens off guard. As the EMP device activated, a wave of energy shot through the air, disabling many alien ships. The aliens were stunned, unable to comprehend what was happening. The tide of the battle quickly shifted. Human pilots, filled with adrenaline and courage, pressed their advantage. They fought not just for victory, but for survival. One by one, alien ships fell from the sky. The Galactic Council's arrogance had blinded them, and now they were paying the price. In the midst of the chaos, Mia felt a surge of pride. Humans were fighting back, proving their worth to the galaxy. She knew that their unity and determination made them strong. The spark of defiance ignited a fire within each person on Earth. As the battle raged on, fear turned into hope. Humans were no longer just defending their planet. They were showing the galaxy that they were a force to be reckoned with. And with each alien ship that fell, their confidence grew. As night fell, the battle continued, echoing across the stars. Mia watched as the fight for their world unfolded, her heart filled with hope. The spark of resistance had become a blazing flame, and now nothing could stop them. They were ready to show the Galactic Council that humans would not be underestimated again. The day had arrived, and Earth was alive with energy and tension. The news had spread like wildfire. The alien fleet was above them, and war was no longer a distant worry. It was here. People gathered in their homes, holding their breath as they watched the skies, where dark shadows of alien ships loomed ominously. A sense of urgency filled the air, and every human felt the weight of the moment. In a bustling city, Mia, a young engineer, worked tirelessly in a high-tech command center. She loved her planet and wanted to protect it. As she looked at the screens displaying the alien fleet, fear mingled with determination in her heart. She remembered the stories of human courage from history, tales of those who fought for their freedom. Inspired, she knew they had to fight back. In the command center, General Carter gathered military leaders to discuss their strategy. "We can't wait any longer," he said, his voice strong. "We have to take the fight to them. We need to show the Galactic Council that humans will not back down." The room buzzed with energy, and officers exchanged determined glances. They all understood the gravity of their situation. Mia listened intently as plans were laid out. They decided to launch a surprise attack, using their advanced technology and the element of surprise. General Carter outlined a bold plan: strike hard and fast, taking out as many alien ships as possible before they could react. It was risky, but it was their best chance. As preparations continued, Mia joined her team of engineers and scientists. They worked around the clock to create a powerful EMP device designed to disable the alien ship's technology. "If we can disable their systems, we stand a better chance," Mia explained to her team. Everyone nodded in agreement, knowing the importance of their work. They put their heart and soul into the project, knowing they were fighting for their families and homes. Around the world, people were uniting. In cities and towns, civilians trained with the military, learning how to defend themselves and their communities. Neighbors helped each other prepare for what lay ahead. The spirit of humanity shone brightly as people came together, determined to protect their planet. Fear was turning into a fierce determination, a fire igniting in their hearts. Finally, the day of the attack arrived. Mia watched as military ships lined up, ready to launch. Her heart raced with excitement and fear. The commanders gave the order, and the fleet soared into the sky. It was time to show the aliens they were not as weak as they thought. As the human ships approached the alien armada, the atmosphere was electric. Mia watched the screens, her breath caught in her throat. The alien commanders, confident in their numbers, believed they would easily defeat the humans. But as the battle began, everything changed. The first shots fired and chaos erupted. Humans fought bravely, darting and weaving through enemy fire. The alien ships were larger and more powerful, but the humans had something the aliens did not: heart. Mia's team activated the EMP device, and a bright wave of energy surged through the battlefield. It disabled several alien ships, leaving them helpless. The tide of battle shifted. Human pilots pushed forward, their courage inspiring others. They struck with precision, exploiting the weaknesses of the alien fleet. Mia cheered as she saw human ships working together, using clever tactics to outsmart their opponents. As the battle raged on, the Galactic Council watched in disbelief. Their overconfidence was crumbling. One by one, alien ships fell from the sky. The humans were proving themselves as fierce warriors, not the weak beings the Council had thought. Mia felt pride swell in her chest. The spark of defiance had become a blazing fire. Humans were standing tall, fighting back with everything they had. With each victory, their confidence grew. They were ready to show the galaxy that they would not be underestimated. As night fell, the battle continued, lighting up the sky with flashes of energy. Mia stood strong, knowing they were on the brink of something incredible. The spark of humanity had ignited a flame of hope, and nothing could extinguish it now. The fight for their world had only just begun. The battle had raged for hours, and the air was thick with tension. Mia sat in the command center, her eyes glued to the screens. The human fleet had made significant gains against the alien armada, but they knew this was only the beginning. The aliens were regrouping, and a counterattack was inevitable. General Carter was pacing back and forth, his mind racing with strategies. "Everyone, listen up," he said, his voice strong but urgent. "We have a chance to turn this fight in our favor. We need to unleash our secret weapon, the new fighter jets we've been developing." Excitement rippled through the room as everyone exchanged glances of disbelief and hope. Mia's heart raced. The new jets were faster and more powerful than anything they had before. They were designed to outmaneuver the alien ships and strike hard. However, they had not yet been tested in real combat. "Are they ready?" she asked, her voice steady. "Ready or not, we don't have time to waste," General Carter replied. "We need to deploy them now. Mia, I want you to lead the operation." Mia took a deep breath, feeling both fear and excitement. This was her moment to prove herself. She gathered her team and briefed them on the plan. "We'll launch from the hangar bay and target the alien command ship," she instructed. "If we can take it out, we can disrupt their entire fleet." As they prepared for the launch, Mia felt a mix of emotions. She knew the risks were high, but she also believed in her team and their mission. The new fighter jets were equipped with advanced technology, and they had worked tirelessly to make them ready. "Let's show them what we can do," she encouraged her team, and they nodded in agreement. The hangar doors opened and the jets roared to life, the sound echoing throughout the command center. Mia climbed into the cockpit of her jet, her heart pounding with adrenaline. She quickly ran through her checks, ensuring everything was functioning perfectly. "This is it," she thought, gripping the controls tightly. As the jets launched into the sky, Mia felt a surge of excitement. The stars shone brightly above them, and the alien ships were visible in the distance. The human pilots flew in formation, a sign of unity and strength. "We are not alone," Mia reminded herself. Each pilot was focused, their determination shining through. As they approached the alien fleet, Mia's heart raced. The alien ships were bigger and more powerful, but they were also overconfident. Mia led her squadron into the heart of the enemy formation, dodging enemy fire with agility. The new jets responded beautifully, weaving in and out of danger. "Now," Mia shouted over the radio, and her team opened fire. Bright beams of energy shot from their jets, striking the alien ships with precision. One by one, the alien vessels exploded, lighting up the darkness of space. The humans were fighting back with everything they had, fueled by hope and anger. But just as they were gaining the upper hand, a massive alien ship appeared. It was unlike anything they had seen before, a fortress in the sky. The alien command ship, heavily armored and bristling with weapons, seemed to mock the human fighters. "We need to take that down!" Mia urged her team, her voice filled with determination. "On it!" one of the pilots responded. They flew in formation, their hearts beating as one. The alien ship fired back, sending beams of energy crashing toward them. Mia dodged and weaved, keeping her squadron close. "Stick together!" she called, and they worked as a team. With a deep breath, Mia locked onto the command ship with her targeting system. "Now or never!" she shouted, squeezing the trigger. A powerful blast shot from her jet, hitting the command ship directly. For a moment, nothing happened, and doubt crept in. Then the alien ship trembled. The blast had struck true, and alarms blared throughout the enemy vessel. The humans had pierced its defenses. The alien ship began to break apart, and the crew on board scrambled in panic. It was a sight of victory. "Keep pushing forward!" Mia shouted. The sight of the command ship crumbling gave her renewed energy. The rest of the squadron followed her lead, attacking with everything they had. The tide of battle turned, and for the first time, hope bloomed in their hearts. Mia felt pride swell within her as the battle raged on. The humans were no longer on the defensive. They were unleashing their power. The spark that had ignited in their hearts was now a blazing fire, and they were ready to fight until the very end. The stars shone brightly above as the battle between humans and aliens intensified. The sky was filled with explosions, the bright lights illuminating the dark void of space. Mia, still in her fighter jet, felt the adrenaline pumping through her veins. They had made a significant impact, but the fight was far from over. The alien fleet was regrouping, and they were about to unleash their full power. In the command center, General Carter watched the battle unfold on the screens. He could see the determination in the eyes of the human pilots. They were fighting not just for survival, but for their families, their homes, and their planet. He knew this clash would define them forever. "Listen up, everyone!" General Carter shouted. "The aliens are angry now. We have to stay sharp. They will retaliate with everything they've got." His words echoed through the command center, filling everyone with a sense of purpose. Meanwhile, on the battlefield, the aliens launched a massive counterattack. A new wave of ships emerged, their hulls glinting ominously in the light of the explosions. These ships were bigger and stronger, equipped with advanced weaponry. Mia's heart sank as she saw them on her radar. The aliens were not going to back down easily. "Stay focused!" Mia reminded her team. "We've come too far to give up now." They nodded, their resolve firm. The humans were ready to face the alien fleet head-on. As the alien ships approached, the humans formed up into tight formations. Mia took the lead, guiding her squadron toward the oncoming threat. They fired their weapons, bright beams of energy cutting through the darkness. But the aliens responded with a barrage of fire, their weapons lighting up the void. Mia weaved her jet skillfully, dodging the incoming blasts. Her training kicked in as she focused on the enemy ships. "Target the lead ship," she commanded her squad. With perfect coordination, they focused their fire on the biggest alien vessel. Explosions rocked the alien ship as the humans struck hard. The clash was fierce. Alien ships moved in, trying to outmaneuver the human fighters. The air was thick with tension as they fought for dominance. The humans were determined, their spirits unyielding, but the aliens were relentless. They fought with fury, their pride on the line. Mia's heart raced as she dove toward an alien ship, firing her weapons with precision. The enemy vessel erupted into flames, and she felt a surge of victory. But her triumph was short-lived. An alien fighter locked onto her jet, closing in fast. Mia barely had time to react. She pulled her controls hard, banking left to avoid the incoming fire. "Stay close, team!" she shouted, her voice steady despite the chaos around her. "We need to stick together!" The humans fought with bravery, their jets soaring and darting around the enemy. But the alien fleet was vast and powerful, and they quickly realized they were outnumbered. Just as hope began to wane, General Carter made a bold decision. "Send in the reserve fleet," he ordered, his voice filled with determination. "We need all hands on deck." From the command center, additional human ships surged forward, joining the fray. The tide began to shift. The reinforcements were fresh and ready for battle, boosting the morale of the human fighters. Mia felt the energy of the battle change. With new ships joining the fight, they pushed back against the alien forces. The humans fought fiercely, side by side, their determination unwavering. Together, they were a force to be reckoned with. As the clash continued, Mia spotted a massive alien cruiser, its weapons firing relentlessly. "That's our target!" she yelled, leading her squad toward the beast of a ship. They charged forward, their hearts pounding as they prepared for a decisive blow. "On my mark!" Mia shouted. 3, 2, 1, now! The squadron unleashed a wave of firepower, striking the alien cruiser with everything they had. The ship trembled, and for a moment, it seemed as though victory was within reach. The alien crew scrambled to respond, but the humans pressed on, fighting with everything they had. Suddenly, the cruiser's shields flickered and failed. With one final blast, Mia's squadron struck true. The cruiser erupted in a brilliant explosion, lighting up the dark void of space. Cheers erupted from the human pilots as they witnessed their success. But as the cheers faded, Mia knew this battle was only the beginning. The aliens would not surrender easily. The clash was fierce, and the war was far from over. Yet, in that moment, the humans had proven their strength and courage. They were not just fighting to survive, they were fighting for their future. With newfound determination, Mia prepared for the next phase of the battle. Together with her team, they would show the galaxy what it meant to be human, what it meant to fight for what they loved. The battle was over, but the silence that followed felt heavy. Stars twinkled brightly in the vastness of space, contrasting with the wreckage of shattered alien ships scattered across the battlefield. Mia sat in her fighter jet, her heart still racing from the adrenaline of the fight. She looked around at her team, each pilot feeling the weight of victory and loss. As the last alien ship fell, the cheers erupted from the command center. General Carter's voice boomed over the intercom. "We did it, people! We held our ground and fought back. This victory belongs to all of you." The words rang out, bringing smiles to tired faces. Yet for Mia, the celebration felt bittersweet. She opened her cockpit and climbed out of her jet, taking a moment to breathe the cool air. The hangar bay was buzzing with activity, crews working to repair damaged ships and celebrate their hard-fought success. But Mia couldn't shake the feeling that the fight was far from finished. "Hey, you did great out there," a fellow pilot said, clapping her on the back. "We really showed those aliens what we're made of." "Thanks," Mia replied, forcing a smile. "But we lost a lot today. I just hope it was worth it." Her thoughts drifted to the alien soldiers, who had fought fiercely. In their eyes, they were also protecting their home. As the hours passed, the humans began to assess the damage. They lost several brave pilots in the battle, and their absence was felt deeply. Mia joined the memorial service, standing among her comrades as they remembered those who had fallen. General Carter spoke, his voice steady yet emotional. "They gave their lives for us, for our future," he said. "We will honor them by continuing this fight. We will not let their sacrifice be in vain." The crowd nodded in agreement, their hearts filled with determination. They would fight for their fallen friends, their families, and their home. Later, in a quiet corner of the command center, Mia sat alone, staring at the stars. She thought about the future and the challenges that lay ahead. The aliens would not just disappear. They would regroup and come back stronger. Fear gripped her heart, but she pushed it aside. They had faced their enemies once, and they could do it again. The next day, the command center was alive with activity. Reports flooded in from all fronts, detailing the aftermath of the battle. The human fleet had suffered losses, but they had also gained valuable intelligence about the alien forces. General Carter called an emergency meeting. "We need to prepare for the next conflict," he began. "We cannot be caught off guard again. We need to learn from our mistakes." Mia listened closely, knowing that the future of their planet depended on their next steps. As discussions continued, plans for new training sessions and tactics emerged. Mia volunteered to help train new pilots, eager to share her knowledge and experience. She remembered her own training and how it had shaped her into the fighter she was now. It was time to pass on that knowledge. Weeks turned into months as the humans prepared for the inevitable return of the alien fleet. They trained hard, pushing their limits to become better fighters. Mia found purpose in her work, knowing that each lesson learned could save a life in the future. But amid the preparations, peace slowly settled over the command center. The humans found strength in their unity, forming bonds that would last a lifetime. They were no longer just soldiers, they were a family. As they trained, stories of their victories spread throughout the galaxy. The news reached distant planets, inspiring others to rise against oppression. The humans had become a symbol of hope, showing that even in the darkest times, bravery and unity could prevail. One night, while looking out at the stars, Mia felt a sense of hope. The fight was not over, but they had proven that they could stand against the odds. They had shown the galaxy that humans would not back down, no matter how powerful their enemies were. With newfound determination, Mia vowed to keep fighting, to protect her home and her people. She knew they were just getting started, and together they would face whatever challenges lay ahead. The universe had its eyes on them, and they would rise to the occasion. The humans had tasted victory, but they were also aware of the battles to come. They were ready to face the unknown, fueled by hope and the memory of those who had fought before them. In the end, they would emerge stronger, united by their shared purpose and the spirit of humanity.